old here already. Schecter shop. Schecter. Whoa. Oh, so beautiful. That's funny.
This is the wood shop right here.
How many people work here every day?
In this building, about 10, and then across the street, about 50.
50? But they make guitars there too, or this is the main shop?
This is the USA shop where all the guitars are made for the United States and custom, like for artists. And then we have a factory in China, and we have a factory in Korea. And all that stuff, when it gets here, is warehoused over there. We've got a team of 6 guys that set them all up and do all the stuff.
So what's in the other building? Just offices?
Warehousing and the setup department for everything that goes to stores gets a full fret dress and everything before it leaves.
Oh, well. You know, I live in Tahanga, and I pass this way so many times, and I would not dream that just 100 yards out of Sunland, Schecter has custom shop.
All this is wood. It's getting ready to
already
into stuff.
Already dried, and this is paint shop.
There's some stuff in there drying.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Oh, and this thing is already. So
Here's like some custom pieces we're doing. Some koa tops on them.
Wow, this is beautiful wood. Very beautiful.
One of these is pretty crazy. It's a burl redwood.
Oh, with redwood. Oh, beautiful. That's.
So these are custom orders, and then we do all the Zach Wild guitars here too.
Zach Wild?
Yeah.
Oh, so he's not Gibson guy?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore?
He has his own company called Wild Audio, but we make the guitars for him. So it's funny because he was just here yesterday. He lives in
Santa Clarita.
Yeah, that's where I live.
Oh,
so we live
yes. I'm glad you met me here. I wouldn't have to drive that far because it's for me 10 minutes from my home.
So here's some stuff that's going for some artists.
So here I can see openings for single coils.
Yes, these are going to get 3 single coils. This is lacquer finish.
What kind of wood is this?
This is alder.
Alder.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. How much runs custom shops, strat like this?
I think list price is pretty reasonable. It's just a little bit less than like an Anderson or a Sir. I think list price is like $24.99, so you can probably get something from the store for like $2100. But we even make the pickups here and everything.
Oh, you make pickups here?
I can show you that if you want to.
Oh, shit. Yes, that's interesting.
The pickup department is upstairs.
And so, but they are not hand wounded, right? They are. Machine is doing, right?
We use a machine, but it's the first run of everything we wind by hand till we get the recipe for it, and then we do use a winding machine, which everybody uses now, but somebody sits in front of each machine.
I just read a story that this.
One guy that sits here, and then one guy that sits there.
Oh.
Then when they're done, they take them and.
So if somebody says, I want single coils but a little more hot than regular, so
yeah, that's exactly what we do. We do that all the time, especially for artists and stuff. So we have, some stuff that's very, very vintage, very much like the old Fender stuff.
Like 50s.
Yeah, this is more like a 50s. This is more like a 60s.
So would you know why people are so, I read so many stories that people say that, that pickups from 1964 Strats are the best. What's the special? Are they more hot or no? Nothing special about them?
No, I mean, they were made very well. so they sound good. And they were made at that time when people were using good materials and had some quality to them. Nowadays, it's just like anything. You can skimp on everything if you want, and it doesn't sound so good. Because we don't make a ton, we make about 600 pickups a month, which isn't a lot compared to like Duncan or something.
Not, right.
But when I designed the pickups for them and sourced all the materials, I made sure that if it was a vintage style pickup, we used all the components from the original vendors that used to sell the Gibson and Fender.
Oh.
So we're not saying we're breaking any new ground, but if somebody wants something, I've got to even think where everything is now. But if somebody wanted like a very vintage humbucker, we get everything made from the original vendor. The screws are made over here. The wire is from a company called Electro Solo, which has been selling wire to the guitar industry for years and years. So, and each pickup it's not off an assembly line. It's just we got two guys up here that just do each bobbin one at a time, set it in a box, then they solder them together.
And what about magnets? Also, you get old original magnets from those 60s. If somebody wants vintage.
And we get some magnets made by different vendors, depending on if it's a newer style pickup. But these are all magnets for different.
So they have to. Oh no, they are cut already here, right?
These are some magnets that go in some 8-string. We do very modern stuff too.
Oh shit! Yeah, 8-string.
We got 8-string, 6/7s, Alnico, ceramic, all sorts of stuff.
Well, oh, that's awesome. Oh. So are there any more guitar makers in this area, or Schecter is the only one?
ESP is in North Hollywood, which is close to here. They're on Van Owen Street, right off of Vineland.
I see.
And Ibanez Custom Shop is in Sun Valley.
Ibanez is here too? Oh. So it's so much in Sun Valley.
Yeah, it's a nice area, secluded. The rent is pretty good compared to a lot of places.
Do you know if this company that makes famous preamps, Shadow Hills, is also in this area?
Boy, I wonder about that.
Because Shadow Hills is here, right?
Yeah. I know that Bogner is right down in North Hollywood. And Dave Friedman amps are in Los Angeles.
Oh, this is nice.
Let me see if I have anything good in here I can show you.
And albums. Oh, Stone Temple Pilots.
Yeah.
So, this light reflects so much.
There's a Prince guitar that was being made right before he died.
Oh shit! So he could not use.
We got him a new purple one that he played the concert at his Paisley Park right before he passed away. So here's some models that are just getting ready to be polished and then put in them.
So this is maple, right?
Yes.
On top.
On top of alder.
Of alder. Wow.
So you can see there's the thickness of the maple. I think this was a Reps guitar who would take it around too.
Wow, looks beautiful. I love this maple wood on the fretboard. Well, very beautiful.
Well, if you ever want to get one, now you can call me direct.
Yes.
This is just one of the offices for one of the guys.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Mr. Oh no, this is not Prince. Oh, Stone Temple Powell, the guitarist and bassist. So they all use.
And I think this must have fallen off the wall last time. But here's some of the ads from the late 70s and early 80s when Schecter was mainly selling parts. And then the first real famous guitar that came out was when Pete Townsend started playing. That was
What's in 60s?
No, this was actually in the early '80s when they did
early.
their kind of farewell tour.
Oh, I see. I thought that he was using only Strats.
And then here's the guitars that were made for Prince.
Oh, these are the Prince guitars. I didn't know that he was playing Schecters.
Yeah, we don't put the
Because
logo on.
oh, I see. He didn't want or.
No, because
And here's Zach.
yeah.
So this is Schecter already.
Yeah, and we just brand it for him, Wild Audio.
Yes, I know this guy.
Nick Johnson.
Oh, Nick Johnson.
He's great.
I saw I saw him in magazines. And so he also he
That's
plays
his signature model.
With
So those gray ones that were in there, those are his.
with single coils.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play single coils. I have one Les Paul with humbuckers, but somehow, I belong to single coils.
He can get a pretty beefy sound out of it.
Yeah.
Same with like Yngwie and stuff too. They know how to do it with their fingers.
Yeah, yes, I think that's what Tube Screamer is, to make Strat sound like Marshall.
Right.
Okay, let me